So it was 0.6 times 50.
Okay.
I put 80.
Okay.
And the answer's 30. So I don't.
So 0.6 times by 50. Can you see it on the screen?
Yeah.
So what you should have done was you should have had 0.6 times by, instead of 50, times by 10, and then times by 5. What we'll do is we'll do the 0.6 with times in, so we're going to move a decimal place to the right. We've only got 1 0, so it's only 1 decimal place. So you lift it up, put it down, and now that that's there, that's a whole number. It's 6 with the decimal point. Yep, and don't forget about the times 5 times 5. So now we've got 6 times by 5.
It's just 30. Oh, that's so easy as well. I mean, obviously, I had a method. You know when you do your workings out.
Yes.
So after I did my exam, we did it from home, and I sat and I went through all my workings out, and I made sure I had it very clear. So I marked it myself, so I knew where it went wrong. But obviously, it was like last year, I just kicked myself in it. There's 3 lots of 165.
Okay, so we've got 165, 165, and 165. Yep.
There's a 330.
330.
A 250.
250.
125.
125.
A 380 and 100.
Okay, so I'll put and then do 380 and then do 100. I wouldn't do them all together.
Would you not? Okay.
No, I wouldn't. So so I'll do that in sections. So I'll do the 380 and 100. So 0 add 0, 8 add 0 is 8. 3 add 1 is 4. So then we've got 480. This is the way that I would do it. You don't want to do all of it together. Separate them out, and I'll do my 165s together. 1, 2, 3. So 5, 10, 15, or 5. Add 5. Do it in your fingers. Okay, so it's going to be 5 down, 1 up. 6 add 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then again 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then the 1, so that's 19. 9 down, 1 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 495, so that's going to have to be added in. If 3 is too many for you to do, I don't mean too many, but if you look and think, actually, it'd be easy to just do them in 2s, then that's fine as well, you know, but just come up with a strategy. Nothing add nothing. 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, keep the biggest number in your head and count the little one on. 3, 4, 5, 5. And then we also need to have the 125. So I might do the 580, add the 125. 5 add nothings. 5, 8, 9, 10, nothing down, 1 up. 5, 6, 7, 705. So we've done this, so we'll get rid of that. And we've done that, so we'll get rid of that. So that means that we've got 705, 495, and 480. So you might want to do those all together. So I'll do it 705, 495, and 480. So 5 add 5 is 10, nothing down, 1 up. 9, 10 with the 1. Add the 8 is 18, 8 down, 1 up. 7, I'm going to add the 1 on 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's going to give me 1680. I think you've only got one question that's got those all different ones like that, and then you'll probably find that the next one, if you go on the next one, it's probably got 10 lots of something. Go on the next one, we'll try it. I wouldn't do the whole thing as an addition personally. I would do it in parts, but it's up to you. You know, you're going to be practicing, so whatever you feel more comfortable with.
There's another one, pretty similar numbers, to be honest.
Okay, no, we'll
but
go
then
for that.
I think there's a one that's subtraction with the same label. Maybe. Oh, I found that one quite. So 2,460.
460, yeah.
And then 2,448. So for this one, I just obviously put my minus, and then when I think I went to the 6 and then made that a 5 to.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. So that you borrowed that one from next door. So now it's 10 take away 8,
which is 2.
Yeah.
And then 4 is 1.
Yes.
And then 0 and 0, so it's 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's 12 mil. Yeah, I'm quite comfortable with that.
Good.
I think it was a big number, but I think it's just because there's only 2 numbers, isn't it?
Yes, that one is only 2. Yeah.
I'll just go back on it, and
Yeah,
then
go back on.
multiplication. Oh, right, okay, this one's quite a difficult one. So this one's the multiplication where it's like, but I think I've done these before. People just are trying to tell us it's just the way that they've laid it out, isn't it?
So you can do this in a couple of ways. What I would suggest that you do is, so what you're doing actually is you're moving your decimal point from the end and you're moving it 3 places, but you can think of it like
Yeah.
this way instead, right?
Right.
So we'll take these off. So that means you're going to have to add on 3 zeros because you've taken them off. 2 times 4 is 8, and then add on the zeros.
Oh, right. Can you explain that again? Sorry.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you've got 20 times by 400, what
Okay.
we're going to do is we're going to say 20 times by 400. Right, so those zeros, you can move them off.
Right.
In effect, what you're doing is you're taking the decimal point and you're moving it 2 places, which goes to here,
Okay.
and then you move this one place as well, right? So
Okay.
what that means is you've moved 3 decimal places to the left, so we're going to move 3 decimal places to the right.
Okay.
So it's going to be 2 times by 4, which equals 8, and you can either think of it as a decimal point is going to move 3 places, 1, 2, 3, decimal point goes down.
So you'll put the notes in, right?
Big
Okay.
arches. Or you can think of it as
Right.
take those 3 zeros away and then add the 3 zeros on. It's up to you the way that you want to think about it. Whichever's easier for you to think about. You can think of it as just take 3 zeros off, put 3 zeros on.
There was like another one, I think it was in this block. You know how you get like 3 questions in a block, and like
Yes.
this one was I found really easy because it was working out. There was a capsule for medication, and it was this person's going to be taking 1 capsule 4 times a day.
Yeah.
I mean, it was easy. It was just working out over 10 days. So it's 4 times. So it's like, isn't it 4 times
4 times 1, which is 4, and then 4 times 10, which is
so
going
then
to
I
be
just added it up for those 10 days.
yes.
So it was 40 capsules.
That's okay.
So I was like, oh, that one's really easy. Like, it's just, I find 1 minute it's quite hard for one of them, and then I don't know.
It's just practice, you know. You sound like you've got a little bit of anxiety in your voice. Is it the first time you've looked at it for a while?
Yes, I'm not even.
Right.
This is my first time looking at it. I've not.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. But if you remember the way that you felt about it before, you were really quite anxious about it before, and then the more practice that we did, which wasn't very many sessions either. You had a few sessions. It wasn't very many. And then you were like, oh, but I don't think I need any more sessions. I think I just need to practice.
Yeah, and I did.
Yeah. And I was very confident when you said it as well, because I'm thinking she knows what she's doing. If she feels okay to go without her stabilizers, then that's fine. Don't be anxious. You don't need to spend those anxious thoughts, you know. It's okay. Just practice.
I think it's because it's 100% this year, isn't it? And I think
yes, but it'll be okay. So if you make sure that you write down in your workbook, then if they need to moderate it, they'll moderate and they'll pass you. As long as you've got your sensible things written in your workbook, you'll be okay.
Like, there's another one. So this is the third question. 14 kg.
Yeah.
Times by 15. It says milligram/kg.
Yeah, so 15 milligrams per kilogram. So what it's saying is, for every kilogram of this body, you want to give them 15 milligrams per kilogram. So that means if this person was actually only 3 kilograms, then you would want 15 plus 15 plus 15 for their 3 kilograms. But there's actually 14, so you can just times 14 by 15.
So you would just type 14 at the top times, and then your 15 underneath.
Absolutely.
So like 5 times 5, 10, so it's 20.
Yes, nothing down, 2 up. Yeah.
Which is 5, but then you add your 2, isn't it? So 5, 6,
yes.
7.
Brilliant.
And then am I putting? No, I'm not.
You're putting a 0 down.
A 0 down.
Yeah.
I always get confused with that.
No, you've remembered that really well. Well done. So you put your 0 down, and then you're going to do
1 times 4.
Yep.
Is 4.
Yep.
And then 1 times 1 is 1.
Absolutely.
200. So it's 202 times.
Now what are you going to do?
Add them together.
So nothing add nothing. 4 is 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 down, 1 up, 1 at
Yeah.
1, it's 2.
2 for 210 milligrams.
Yes. So, and make sure, even when you're practicing it, right,
Right.
try and push the anxiety away, because you've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
And it is just a matter of learning how to do it. You need a good method, and then you need to practice it calmly.
Yeah. Okay. And I think you are so good, because you teach me the simplest form, and I get it. And when I was at school, I just didn't get maths because I just felt like it was just really complicated.
But that's not you though. That's the person that's teaching you. You've had a teacher who's really poor at their job. It's not you. It really isn't. Honestly,
But I feel like the blame the pupils, don't. They're like, oh, you're not getting it.
Well, of course. People aren't going to blame themselves. There's very few people stand up and say, oh, well, actually, that's me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a bit crap, so I'm not able to explain this to you. No.
Yeah.
So, but I teach loads and loads of students, not just student nurses, but everyone loves to say, oh, well, I'm really bad at this. It's not you. It's the way you've been taught. It's nothing to do with that. So what's your next question?
So this goes into division.
Okay, let's do that.
And I know we did I think you did our session actually with our cohort.
Probably.
And I did write your method down, but I can't remember it now. So
Fine.
this is the drip weight, you know, the IV infusion one.
Yes. Yes.
So it's like, just for an instance, it's got an example. So 1,000 mil.
1,000 mil.
And then that's over, that's divided by 8 hours of the infusion.
Yeah.
And then I need to work out the rate, don't I?
So you've got 1,000 mil, 8 hours, and what's your drops per mil?
Is that the one?
It'll have like a tube wrapped around it, and it'll be written down.
Well, I don't know. It just says 1,000 mil. 0.9 infusion fluid. I don't know if that's right.
No, it should say drops per mil. Is it just asking you for the rate for this question?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah,
right,
just the rate.
That's okay.
The mil,
that's
the
okay.
mil/hour.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So the rate, absolutely right. You know how to work it out. So it's going to be the volume divided by the hours, which you very rightly said. So that means that your rate equals 1,000 divided by 8, which is going to be 100. Do you know how to work that out?
Not a clue.
Okay, so what we're going to do is just one side. You don't have a calculator for this? No, this is still your numeracy. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to have how many times 8
to put it in the table, right?
Fit into 1,000. Yes. Okay, so what I would suggest that you do is that if you're doing something divided by 8, I would usually write the 8 times table down, and we will do, because we may well need it. So it's going to be 8 add 8, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it's going to be 16.
24.
So it is 24, yes. So that's, yeah. So do you know your 8s? Because if you already know your 8s, then that's fine.
I do, but I literally have to count on my hands. Like, I'm so silly.
No, that's
like,
fair
I wouldn't
enough.
know it just to relay it.
No, but that's fine. But so are you reliable doing it when you count on your fingers? That's okay. Yeah,
I feel like during an exam. Oh no, sorry. I mean, do you mean by writing the table that during an exam?
Yeah. So if you would write 8, 16, 24, 32. So do you think you're reliable doing it though, as you're counting on your fingers?
No. So when I first started doing your one-to-ones, you always told me to
write a table.
Do the table, and I've always done that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Great. Okay. I was just checking, because that's the way I would recommend that you do it. But it's just I didn't know if you had a different way of doing it, because I know that you've already done this once. So 8 add 8 is 16. Add another 8. Rightly so. It's 24. Add another 8. Did you say it was 32?
Yes. And then 40.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Absolutely. And then 40, and then another 8, so it's going to be 48. Okay, that'll be enough, because that's like 6 of them. Okay, how many times does 8 fit into 1?
But it doesn't.
Absolutely.
So does that mean it goes into like a 10?
It does. So we haven't used the 1, so we're going to carry it. So now it's going to be 8 into 10. How many times is 8 going to 10?
Just 1 remainder. 2.
Brilliant, thank you.
So then it goes to 20. Is
yes.
that right? Okay.
Absolutely.
8.
So if you look down the list, you find something that's not over 20,
yeah.
but close to. So what
So
will
it's
it
like
be?
2 remainder 4.
Yeah,
Right.
1, 2. So there's 2 8s, so it goes in twice. And yes, it's 16, so it's remainder 4. Very good. Now we've got 8 into 40, so we've actually got 40. So how many times 8 fit into 40?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's pretty easy then, isn't it? 1, 2, 5.
Yeah. So now you know that the answer equals your rate is, so R equals 125, and that is mils per hour, because you've done the volume, which is mils, divided by the hour.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that so it becomes mils divided by hour, and that's what you write, and that's what's written here. That's what this is. It's just
And then-
it's just written across.
You know the table that we've put the 8 and then we've put with 1,000. Is that the format that we're always using for that one?
Yes.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. Oh,
That's
it's pretty
exactly what
easy.
it
I
is.
feel like it's just going away and practicing, isn't it?
That no, be serious. You see, you're starting to do the same things you did before. You sort of calming down. You look and you think, oh,
Yeah.
actually, I understand how to do this.
Oh,
Brilliant.
it's just very anxiety provoked, isn't it?
It is. No, I can understand that, but you just need to let that sort of seep away, because you've done this before and you've had the same feelings before, and then you were fine.
I think it just freaks you out when it's a completely different layout, isn't it? You just think, oh God.
Yeah, it's confusing. It is. It's more than perturbing for people. There's no doubt about it.
I'll do another one. So there's
Oh,
100.
yeah, continue. Just continue.
Yep, there's 150 mil.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
my hours infusion is 3 hours. And
3
obviously I need to
hours.
work out the rate. So you've said it's the volume divided by your hours. So it's
Yeah.
100. So I'm putting my 3 on the outside of the table.
Yes.
And then my 150 in.
Yes.
So then 3 goes into 1, it doesn't. So then it makes 3 into 15. Oh, actually, sorry, you said to do a table, didn't you?
No, it's fine. You no,
Oh.
if it's something, say so 2s, 3s, sometimes 4s, 2s,
It's
3s,
easy.
5s,
Yeah.
and 10s. People like usually just know how to do that. But and if you sticky on your 3s, then that's fair
Yeah.
enough. But if you're looking and thinking, oh, 3 to 15, you know how many
Yeah.
times it goes in, then that's okay.
Yeah, so it's 5.
Yep. Okay, so it goes in 5 times. How many times does 3 go into 0?
It doesn't, so just put a 0.
Yep.
So
So
that would,
what's your answer? What's your rate?
so it's 50.
Brilliant.
Cool.
50, and they'll already have mils per hour written by its side.
Yeah.
Okay, by the box. Right.
So I just want to touch base on the fractions one, because that looks really complicated as well. But again, it might not be once I know my.
Definitely won't
what
be
I'm
when
doing.
it's explained to you.
It's got a few things. It's like written as like a kind of like a description of a drug. So you've got on the far left corner, it's saying 39 mil for the rate.
Yeah.
And then on the middle of the dosage, it's saying that the drug's 150 milligrams.
Oh, right.
But then
Okay.
underneath, I mean, I could share my screen. I just don't know how to do that.
No,
But
it's fine. Carry on.
underneath, it says the impairment dose is adjusted, and that's saying 50 mil.
Okay, so
But I need to work out the dose.
you need to work out the dose, and it's saying that it's adjusted by 50 mil. Is it not to give you a fraction? Because usually when it says, oh, the patient's got a renal impairment, they have to have a quarter or 3/4 or a third or 2/3 of the.
Oh, it does. Sorry, it's right
okay.
at the top. I'm just not reading it. So it's saying,
just get used to it.
This patient has renal impairment. The prescriber is required to use 1/2 of the normal drug dose. So do I just have to?
So what's the normal drug dose then? Was that 150 milligrams?
So that's your normal one, yeah.
That's the right. Okay, so it's 1/2 of 150 milligrams. Yeah, are you sure that's the normal dose?
Yeah, and then the impaired one, it says 50 underneath, and don't know what that means.
I don't think that you need, right. So is this a test that you're going through, or is it something that you've done already?
No, this is on the Safe MediCATE. I can share. How do you share your screen? I don't know.
Or you can share your screen by clicking at the top. There's an arrow that points upwards. So I think though, I think it's just a half of whatever the normal dose is. And if you think it's 150, then the reason why I'm asking you is because does it have an answer underneath?
Like, I don't know.
Is it one that you've done before, or is it one that we're doing now?
I've previously, no, I haven't. No, I haven't done this one. I've seen it just to practice because I know I get 3 questions on these ones.
Yeah. So so you want a live test now? Because
It's a one that I've skipped through, so we can look at
fine.
together.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So at the end, it'll tell us whether we're right or wrong. So you think, so if it's saying that the dose is 150, right?
We need
That'll
half
be
of that.
Yes.
Right.
So when we're using these fractions and we're going to like find a fraction of a quantity, what we'll do is we'll divide by the bottom number and then we'll times by the top. Sorry. We'll divide by the bottom number and then we'll times by the top. So what we'll do is we'll say 150, because I mean it won't always be a half, divided by 2, but you can just half this. So we'll say 2 into, we'll put zeros in case we need them, 2 into 1 and fit.
2 into 15.
How many times?
7. Remainder 1.
Yep. 2 into 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5.
Absolutely.
75. So if you add 75 and 75.
So we've got, just a minute. So we've got, if you add 75 and 75, it gives you the 150. So you can check your answer by doing that. But what it's saying is that we've got divided by 2 is 75, and then times it by the top as well, which is 1. So it's just still 75. So that means that the answer equals 75 milligrams. That is what this person with a renal impairment needs to have.
Okay.
Okay, so had there been a number on the top and a number on the bottom, you divide by the bottom first and then you times by the top. Okay, so let's have another one of those.
Yep, fractions. So I need to find 1/4. One quarter of, so the normal drug dose is 160.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. So what we're going to do is because we will divide by the bottom and then we times by the top, because this could be 3 over 4. That's why I'm telling you that you would times by the top. We don't need to do it because it's just 1, but so we're going to divide by 4. So it's going to be 4 into 160. Put a decimal point and some zeros in case you need it. Do you want a 4 times table writing down?
I might just do it on my hands. So like 4.
Okay, 4 into 1.
It doesn't, and then it goes 4 into 16.
Absolutely, well done.
4 times, so then I'll put my 4.
It is.
And then 4 into 0 is just 0.
Yeah. So that means that if you divide by 4, that means it's 40, times by 1, it's still 40. So that means the answer equals 40 milligrams, and that's with the renal impairment.
Oh, that's pretty, and that's just the same formula for all the fractions.
All of them. Divide by the bottom, times by the top. Let's do the next one. There might be one that's 2/3 or something.
Let's go back on it.
Might not be. They might just be giving you unit fractions. It just depends. Probably not actually in the third year. I would expect they would change it out, but
that was a half one.
Half.
Yeah, we've just done the half one, haven't we? That was a quarter, and then just see what's that one. Oh, a third. That was a third.
A third. Yeah. Okay, so it's a third of what?
So this one's 10.8 grams.
10.8. So we'll do the same thing.
Right, 3 and then a 10.8.
Yeah.
So like 3 into 10.
Yeah. 3 into 1. 3 into 1 doesn't fit.
Yep.
Try and use just so that you don't get lost with the decimal point.
I was thinking that as like a 10, but it's not. I've got to treat it like a 1.
I know, you treat that like a 1, just because if you do that by like if it was 24 or something and you know it's not going to go in, then just to make sure that you keep your decimal point in the right place. But this is fine. So now it's 3 into 10 is what?
3.
Yeah, well done. Decimal point.
Do you just put that there again?
Yep, you see
Yeah.
decimal point gets put down. What's
And
left
then
over?
1.
Mm,
So then, is that 18?
it is 18.
6, isn't it?
It is 6. Very good.
So 3.6 would be
3.6 would be the answer. But had that have been 2/3, you would have had to times 3.6 by 2, or just added 3.6 together twice.
okay.
Okay.
I kind of wanted to touch base. I might as well just go through.
Just go through it.
Which decimal? No, is that decimals? Ah, okay, decimals is, so this kind of looks a bit like a fluid balance, but it's a bit like what you've said before, you know, and it's like, I don't know if it's calculating it up. So I've got a fluid balance in front of it, and it's like how much IV is taken at once the total.
Right.
But it's
so
it's like,
you've got a body, and then you've got from 0 to 10 kilograms, you're going to give 100 mils. From 11 to 20, is that right?
I think it
No.
means like recorded on the fluid balance. So am I just adding up the fluid balance over the 12 hours?
I would just be adding those.
So it's literally like 110.5, there's 68.5s. So like what you've said before, am I just taking like 3 or 4 and then just adding them up? And
yes,
then,
I'll go for 2 or maybe 3, but just make sure you're organised in your working so that you're not repeating what you're doing. So write them all out and then count them from the screen, make sure you've got the right numbers, and then cross them off as you've used them. Now, do you have, like you said in there, 106 point whatever, do you have like 10 of them, or are they all different ones?
Wait a minute, I've just went off it. I don't know where that's gone. Sorry, I've just went off it.
It's okay.
Decimals. Sorry, what did you say? Have I got?
So if you've got 10 of the same number, or are they all different numbers?
I've got 1.
Read them out.
I've got 2 lots of 110.5.
So 110.5 and 110.5, great.
And then I've got a 68.5, but there's quite a few. I'll just count them. 1, 2,
There'll be 10 of them. Yep.
6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you're right. 10.
Okay, 68.5. Okay, now you're just going to times that by 10. So if you times by 10, you move your decimal point to the right 1 place. That's just going to go across. That's just going to be 685. Yeah.
Okay.
Have I done that too quickly, or would you have known that? Well, let's have a little look at it again.
Okay.
So we've got 68.5 times by 10.
Yeah.
We're multiplying, so we're moving to the right. We've got 1 0, so we're going to move 1 decimal place. So 68.5. Move the decimal point to the right.
Oh yeah, so it's 60. Yeah, I'm with you now.
That makes it a whole number. Yeah, so that means that's 685. Okay, so that's a final answer. Okay, so that's 12. So you've got 685. Great, put that to one side. Then we're going to add these two together. So 5 add 5 is what?
10.
Not down, 1 up, decimal point.
20. Is that like 10? Like 21?
So just a minute. So 0 0 add 1.
Oh, 1.
1, and then 1 add 1 is 2, and then 1 add 1 is 2. So that is 221. Is that what you said? Sorry.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So now it's going to be 221 and 685. So we're going to have 685 and 221. 5 add 1?
6.
Yep. 8 add 2?
10.
Not down, 1 up. 6, 7, 8, 9. 906.
Okay.
This is what I was talking about before. I didn't realize that you had 2 lots of questions like this. So when you get to them, be aware if there's looks like there's quite a lot of the same number, there's going to be 10 of them. You'd check it, but there's going to be 10 of them.
This is what's tipping us a little bit, because that's a decimal question, right? And then I'm just on to the next one, right?
Yes.
And it's laid out like what we've kind of done before. So this one's like the 1.6 meters squared is like calculating a patient's body
area.
And then it's going off the medication, which is, and then it's got times by 50 micrograms.
Yeah.
So I need to work out the dose that I need to give.
Okay, so and is this something that you drag around?
If I can what, sorry?
Do you drag something, a box in? Like, do you have, is this something that you can choose?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No. Oh,
Okay.
no. I just have to write in the answer.
You just have to write in the answer.
Mm.
Okay, so if we're going to do it, so it's 1.6 times by 15. 1.6 times by 15. Are you sure this is the question? Because it just looks as though it's a little bit tricky.
Oh. It just says solve the prescriber multiplication problem and type your answer in the box.
Okay.
I don't
Right.
know.
Okay, so what we can do is, so we can work this out. So, you know, before I'd said to you about getting rid of zeros and moving decimal points. We're going to move the decimal point. So this is going to get moved one place to the right. So our decimal point is we're going to have to put it back one place to the left. So back one. So back one. So that means that it's going to be 16 times by 15. And then we'll put our decimal point back in. So we'll times these together. So do you want to do it?
So it would be like 5 times 6.
Yep.
15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep. Nothing down. 3 up. Yep.
And then 5 times 1 is 5. But then I've got to add my 3, haven't I? So 5.
Yes.
8.
Yes.
And then I'm putting my 0.
Yep. You are. Well done.
Do I put a 0 underneath?
You do. Yes.
1 times 6.
Yep.
6.
Absolutely.
And then 1 times 1 is 1.
Yep. Very good.
Okay.
So add them up, nothing, add nothing.
Nothing.
And 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 34.
40.
Yep. 4 down, 1 up.
1, 2. So 240.
240. So 240. Now the decimal point's always at the end of the number. You can move that back one place.
Okay.
So it goes back to here. Your decimal point goes down there. So your answer equals, it would be 24.0, but you can't put 0.0 into Safe MediCATE because it won't recognise it. It'll think it's wrong.
Yeah.
24.0 is correct. That is 24 still. But Safe MediCATE's a binary system, so it doesn't understand that. So it would be 24.
Do you know I don't know why it's doing this, but you know, so when I scroll to the bottom, it has got the answer because I didn't attempt this, right? And it's saying that the answer is 80, but I don't understand. How would it be 80? 80 microgram?
Okay.
I just don't.
So
because what we've just done to me makes total sense, but I'm just confused.
Right.
Oh,
okay.
is it because we did 15 and it was meant to be 50? Is that why?
No? Oh, is it supposed to be 50?
Yeah.
Well, that would make sense. Right. Okay. So it's actually 1.6
That's
times.
my fault.
So it's 1.6 times by 50. So it's 1.6 times by 50. So what we would do is we would separate out the 50. So it's going to be 1.6 times by. Instead of 50, it's times by 10, then times by 5. So we do this bit first. So 1.6 times moves to the right. By 10, 1 decimal place. So we move it 1 place like that. And now the 5 needs to be done there as well, times by 5. Now you've got 16 times by 5. 5 times 6, 30. Note down. 3 up. Sorry?
Oh, sorry, it's just the work computer.
That's fine. Is 1 times 5. Yep, it is 80. Yeah.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
Answer equals 80.
Right. I think it's just remembering where my decimal point in that goes, isn't it? Like.
No, so the thing is, right, this one that we've just done, not moving. The one that we've just done. This one, I don't think you'll have to do things like this, right? That's why I said, are you sure that that's the question? Because It just looked like, I mean, it's not difficult to do, but
Yeah.
you don't normally have to be moving decimal points around. Like here, when you times them by 10, you don't have to move the decimal point to times by 10, but you're
Yeah.
not putting it back in again.
Okay.
So the answer is just 80. But yes, let's have another one of those. Because they're easier than you think. Just have to have your method. And I would like to go through a couple with you, just so that you know that
Yeah.
you're going to do it, and that you're going to leave leave the zero on and things, you know.
So there's a just read the top of it. So solve the prescribing multiplication. So my weight of the patient is 22.5.
Yeah.
And then I've got to times that by the dose, which is 400 micrograms. So I need to work out the...
So it's going to say 22.5 times by, instead of 400, what are you going to use?
4.
And?
4.
Yeah, 4. And what else?
4. I don't know.
So we're going to put 100 times by 4, because 400 is 100 times by 4. You haven't worked anything out.
Okay.
It just means it is 100 times 4. So you do the first bit first. So the first bit that we're going to do is 22.5 times by 100. So it's 22.5 times, you move to the right, 1, 2 zeros. So we're going to move 1, 2 zeros, decimal point down for the arch of zeros. Don't forget to times by 4, because that was already there. So we'll do 2250 times 4. 4 times nothing, nothing. 4 times 5 is
20.
Yeah.
4 times 2 is 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
And then again 8. No, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 9,000.
So 4 times nothing. I'm going to do it from the beginning. I think that might be my fault because I didn't keep up with you.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. So 4 times nothing is nothing.
Yep.
4 times 5 is 20. Naught down, 2 up. 4 times 2 is
8, 9, 10, 10.
Naught down, 1 up. And then 4 times 2.
And then 9.
Very good. Yeah. So your answer equals 9,000. You see, because you're timesing by 100, you're not putting anything back again. It's really unusual that you're going to be taking zeros off and things. That's really unusual.
Yeah, because
that's what. Carry on.
There was a nurse. Sorry, I went through this morning. I was just showing one of my the nurse that was because she went to Southern Uni, and the way she worked it out was like using the table. But I think everyone's got their own way, haven't they?
They have.
And I feel like this way is so much easier. Though she put hers like in
a grid.
Like 10 times. Is this the same one? Isn't it 10? Oh no, it might have been a. Yeah, so, I don't know. She put it in a grid, but I think sticking to one way.
Maybe the first one that you did, which was it 14 times by 15? She might have done 10 and 4 times by 10 and 5. Yeah?
Okay.
Was it something like that you did? So when we're some people get really, really good at doing that. The problem is you end up with a lot of zeros. So it's something that you use to introduce people to multiplication, but you need to move them on to carry it out like this. You know how we were doing it, and you were like, do I put a 0 there? And I was like, yes. And now that we've done it again, you'll remember how to do that. Yeah. So you it's great if some. I used to have people who would count in the book with lines, like sticks. Some of them were really, really good at doing it. Yeah. Really, really good. But because what you want to be is reliable. So if you've got a method that works for you, then that's absolutely fine. Yeah. But the methods that I show are the easiest ones to understand when you're a person who doesn't do maths all the time and you haven't necessarily learned it a certain way. So that's fine if that's the way that she wants to, if that's the way she wants to do it. If it works for her, brilliant. And if you had methods that worked for you, I would say as long as they're correct all the time, I would tell you to continue with it, you know. But yeah, so we'll continue on anything else you want to have a look at. We've done quite a lot of things though, and I don't want to confuse you as we go.
I think this is literally the last, because I'm happy with my conversion ones. So the last 3 is like what is it?
Estimation.
Yeah, equivalences between fractions, decimals, and percentages. So, so this one is the fraction drug dose. So calculate the decimal answer in milliliters, mil. So I've been given my prescribed dose, which is 32 milligrams.
Yeah.
And then they've got it times, so they've laid it out like the 40 milligrams underneath.
Yeah.
As a fraction.
Yeah.
And then I'll just write it down with you. And then I've got times next to it, 1 mil.
Yeah.
So I obviously need to work out the dose that I need to give. So am I literally just writing like 30? I don't know, because what do you do with the 1 mil?
You just times it by the 1 mil. So what this is 32 mils is what the doctor's orders. So Mrs. Jones needs 32 mils of whatever this is. Right. And in stock we've got liquid, so like either medicine or something to be infused in 1 mil per 1 milliliter per 40 milligrams. Okay, so you've got a packet of something that is 40 milligrams in 1 mil. So that's what this is. So this is what she needs. So she needs 32 divided by the 40, which is in stock, and then times by 1. And it's just going to be equal to milliliters. You don't have to times it by anything, because anything times by 1 is just itself, isn't it? So what you need to do is you need to do 32 divided by 40.
Right, so I always put it in that kind of layout.
Yeah, because there's no, the other way you can do it is by cancelling this down and making it smaller. Did we ever used to cancel things down?
Not that I can remember.
Right, okay, so that's one of the reasons why I don't do it. It's just because if we just use the same method all the time. So you're dividing by 40, so you need a 40 times table. So 40 add 40 is going to be not down. 4 4 is 8, add another 40, 0, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's going to be 120, add another 40, 0, 4, 5, 6, 6, and 160, add another 40. Is going to be nothing and nothing. It's going to be 10, so 6, 7, not down, 1 up. It's going to be 200, and then we're going to need a couple of these, because this is going to have to go up to 320. Another 40, so it's going to be 240. Then add another 40. Sorry, I'm running out of room. That's going to be 280. Add another 40. That's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2 down, 1 up. That's going to be 320, and that's going to be enough. Okay, this is the method that I would suggest that you use. Obviously, I would do the table on the right-hand side. That's unusual, though, because we've needed 8 of them. It's not normally that many. I suppose it's the last question. So on the last question, you might need to go all the way down to like 10. Anyway, this is the way we'll do it. We'll say 40 into 3 does not fit. Carry the 3. 40 into 32 does not fit.
That's right, yeah.
Decimal point. So now it's 40 into 320. So you look down and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them is 320. So there's nothing left to carry. So the answer equals 0.8.
0.8, okay.
It's strange how all of the nursing tests are slightly different. So obviously for your last 3, you're going to have divisions, because usually when you've got a division like this, you can just do like 5 or 6 of them. That's enough.
Oh, right, okay.
But like for your table, but for these, you're obviously going to have to do 8 or 9. We'll have a look at the next one. But yeah, so that one ends up being 0.8. It's exactly the same method as what we were using before. Just going to take a little while on the table, and on the next one I'm going to start the table here so that I don't have to go on the other side.
All right, okay. So this one is 100 milligram.
100 milligrams.
And then I've got 40 milligram underneath it.
Yeah, over 40
times by 1.
times by 1 mil.
So am I putting like the 40 on the outside of the box and then 100?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, whatever's on the bottom is always going to be on the outside. 100, and put a decimal point and some zeros in case you need it. Right, so that last question that you were doing, that 0.8, you'll have to know where to put that on when you put in the syringe up. You'll have to know where to put the 0.8. So that'll be something that we might have to have a look at again.
Yeah.
But yes, that's the right answer, the 0.8. But then usually it'll ask you to draw it up as well. But anyway, so yes, so we actually have 100. So what we'll do is we'll do our 40 times table again. 40, add 40, 80, another 40, 120, another 40. It's going to be 160, another 40. It's going to be 200, another 40. It's 240. And the 40 is 280. And the 40 is 320. That should be enough, because we're going to have to say, so you probably don't need as many of these, just in case. How many times does 40 fit into? You do it anyway. You do it.
So 40 goes into 100.
40 into 1 doesn't fit.
Oh, right, okay. I'm thinking if it's like 40 into 100. Yeah. So then does it come 40 into 10, but then it still doesn't fit? And then does it make 40 into 100? Which it does, but there's like loads left over. There's like 40.
Okay, so how many times does 40 fit into 100? Have a look down here and see from the answers.
So does that mean like it goes in twice, doesn't it?
It does. It goes in twice. Yep. And decimal point, what's left over?
20.
Yeah. How many times does 40 go into 200?
1. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, was that right?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, absolutely. Sorry. Yes. So, and do you have any remainder?
Not sure. 40.
We don't have any, because it was 200, so it went in 4 times. There was nothing left. So your answer equals 2.4.
Okay, 2.4.
So once you've practiced some of these, we might want to get together again and practice the last 3 over and over, and then they'll be dead easy to do. But yeah, okay.
And then,
can you see how that went then? Yes.
Yeah, I think it's just practicing, isn't it? Like just all my little formulas I'm remembering. Yeah, I'll just do this last one and then that'll be it.
Definitely.
So I've got 100 milligram, and then I've got 200 milligram underneath, times it by 1. So my 200 outside the box, and then my 100 in. But then am I treating that like 2 into 1? Or like 200 into 1? 200
into 1, how many times did it go?
It doesn't, so am I just making it like...
Yep, so now 200 into 10.
It doesn't go into 10, and it doesn't go into 100, but it goes into 1,000, isn't it?
Put your decimal point in, right? And now now you've got your decimal point and you're dead right. It is 1,000. How many times does 200 go into 1,000?
5.
Certainly does. So is there anything to carry?
What made you put that decimal point there? How did you know to do that?
You should always put a decimal point and some zeros, just in case you need them.
Like after how many zeros would you put it in, or just?
I just put 3 in there, but you can put as many zeros as you want. So had this, so any number. So if it had been 200 into 750, I would put a decimal point and put some zeros, because there might be a remainder. And if there isn't a remainder, you just forget about the zeros.
Okay.
Right. You want to put a decimal point and some zeros just in case you've got something to carry. And if you haven't, you just totally ignore it.
Yeah.
So what answer would you type into Safe MediCATE for that?
0.5.
0.5. Very good.
Yeah.
And that'll be mils.
Okay.
They'll give you that already.
I feel like this is all the stuff that I've done, isn't it? It's just the layout on Safe MediCATE. It
is.
Like all these dosage labels and like, yeah. Okay.
It's exactly what you've done before.
Right.
It's exactly what you've done before. Don't concern. You're going to want to go through the drop rates as well. Are you okay on your drop rates? You might be.
Is that what we've done before? Is that wait a minute. We've just worked out one.
Yeah, we've just worked out one. We worked out what the rate was.
Oh yeah, so if you've got your volume over your hours, you're timesing it, aren't you?
Yeah, so volume divided by hours, that gives you your rate.
Yeah.
And then you want your drop rate denominator, and then you want then you want your drops per minute.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll go over that after, right? So that's the skills test. So rather than doing it now, I don't want to overload you with things. So practice that, book another appointment, and then we'll mop up anything that didn't stick when you were trying when we've gone through this, because we have gone through loads and loads of stuff there. It's just because you've done it before. I do think it's a matter of just like jogging your memory. Otherwise, if I was teaching you it, I would never have gone through so many different topics there.
Yeah.
But there are things that you've done before, so you will remember.
I think it's when I practice a Safe MediCATE, it's just easier to go, because you know how there's 6 sections and you've got 3 questions. It's easier just to complete them all and then look back at my results, isn't it? That's why I kind of wanted to go through most of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
No, I agree. But that's because your knowledge is quite wide already. So
that's only because of you, Karen.
Oh, you're very kind. No, it's because of you. It's because the fact that you've practiced, and a lot of it's really stuck for a long time. So the thing is, if you weren't capable of doing all of them, so I'm working with another girl, and after I've taught her a section, I say you need to go away, skip everything up until that point, those 3 questions, then skip everything else, check you've got them right, and do that 8 times if it'll let you in a day, and keep on doing that until you're bored of that kind of question. So you've got a different situation. So go away and try to do that and see how it goes. And as I say, book another appointment, because I'll go through the skills test with you anyway. But there will be some things to mop up.